The week is starting. With one game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the... Look at Atlanta. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, there's the Celtics. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but just give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
The resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. They've got Mullen, Damian Lillard out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Issel in at the 4 spot. And for Atlanta, Klay Thompson is out there with Magic Johnson. Then there's Draymond Green. Then it's Paul George, and it's Lanier in at the 5.
Paul George's ability to put the ball on the floor and drive it balances out his shooting. So important to have both.
Here's Issel. Rebounded by the Hawks. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
Here's Fox. Paul George making his last shot. That one drops for him. It's the final game of the regular season, Greg. It's time to look ahead for most teams.
And for some, that's looking towards the playoffs, right? Others, it's looking to the offseason, but don't look too far down the road just yet. We've got a game to play.
Now Lillard. Paul George missing from long range. Stolen by Thompson. Johnson kicks to Thompson. Shoots over Fox. Eaton grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Mullen's shot is off.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Green driving inside. And it's Green with the jam.
How about the burst from Draymond Green? Boy, he gets a step and delivers.
Johnson against Lillard. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
And the foul on Magic Johnson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the Heat.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Klay Thompson.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here's Eaton. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Mullen's shot is off. Atlanta leading by 6. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Atlanta. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Magic Johnson picks one up.
Yeah, you never want to foul Dame in the act. He's almost automatic from the line.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Michael Conley, he's checked in for the Hawks. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, Quinn Snyder and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He had a list of concerns coming in tonight, not the least of which was matching up with De'Aaron Fox. He said it's not just the speed, though that obviously is an issue. It's that Fox has also become so good at dictating tempo and getting you to play his style. That's something they can't allow. Kevin?
Thank you, David. He rifled that one in from distance. Lillard's got 5 now.
Incredible range. Lillard makes these deep shots look like they're effortless.
Outside, Green. Thompson for 3. Eaton grabs the miss. Eaton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Mullen against Conley. Eaton the pass to Mullen. Good on the shot.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Pass to Lanier. Lillard outside. Fox kicks to Lillard. Now here's Mullen from downtown, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Mullen's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And this is where Mullen is most dangerous. A consistent three-point shooter with textbook form.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
It's time for the dance game. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. The Hawks second.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Thompson against Fox. Pass to George. Off the run. Drills it from outside. 9 points for Paul George.
Boy, Paul George now taking double the amount of threes he did when he first came to the league. Incredible.
Back to Lillard. And here is Fox. He's covered by Thompson. Clock at 4. Lillard from outside. Rebound, Atlanta. Here's Conley. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Mike Conley continues to perform at a high level. Over a decade as a pro, still doing work.
Fox passes to Issel. Outside Mullen. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Here's Conley. The rebound by Mullen.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Here's Eaton over Thompson. And Eaton gets it to go.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Lillard against Conley. Thompson outside. Jacks up a three. Good on the triple.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game. Klay Thompson.
Lillard against Conley. Lillard the pass to Eaton. Celtics passing it around. Lillard on top, over by Conley. Pass to Issel. Takes a three. It's hauled in by Paul George. And so George will bring it up for the Hawks. They lead by 4. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston. Fox feeling it out a bit. Count that bucket.
And that's where De'Aaron Fox thrives. He wants to get inside and finish at the rim.
Conley against Lillard. Outside, George. Green with a screen on Lillard. A nice shot by George.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Pass to Mullen. Fox kicks to Lillard. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here is George. Last game we saw him score 13. Takes it inside. And he makes good on the layup. He's got 14. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. In a deep three from Fox. No good on the last second attempt there. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Atlanta Hawks. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Celtics trail by 5. On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. McGinnis out there with Marion. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Eaton in at the center, locking down the middle. Now, here's Fox. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Over Thompson. Fox, no good. The Hawks leading by 5. From deep three-point land. Thompson misses. So it's Boston now. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Hawks.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for George. Averaging about 16 points, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Atlanta making a switch here. Battier's checked in.
And I love when Battier looks for his shot on offense. Great job there.
Monroe's shot is good.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now, here's Thompson. 5 points in the game. Launches it. Rebound, Boston.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Goes up on the high post. That one's in there. The Hawks lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Clyde Drexler.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Now here's Johnson. Still scoreless. Caught that one.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
We've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to talk to his guys. Making a change here. Cooper's checked in. Well, these small forwards may not be the biggest players in the NBA, but they can still get up there. They're leading their position in block shots since the All-Star break. Number 5 is Shawn Marion.
And that's a group of perhaps the most well-rounded defenders in our league. Solid on the perimeter with the ability to block shots on the interior.
You know, that's a defensive combination you're sort of always looking for in wing players. Strong on the ground, strong in the air. There is no safe ground when one of them is on patrol.
The Hawks leading by 8. Stolen by Drexler. Pass to Monroe. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's McGinnis. Second shot opportunity. It's good.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
Cooper against Drexler. Allen, a screen on Drexler. Here's Cooper. Over Drexler. And it's Cooper missing. Battier against Marion. Pass to McGinnis. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. 6 to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Now, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit, how to keep fighting, even when you don't have your best game available.
Johnson against Monroe. Battier outside. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
McGinnis. Here's Drexler. It's good. Drexler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Allen. Boston grabs the miss.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Drexler's shot is off. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up to the Hawks. Battier cannot hit.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Marion passes to Monroe. Kessler setting the pick for Monroe. To the wing right side. Pass to McGinnis. McGinnis controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. McGinnis has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. going to switch here.
Give it up! Make some noise!
Johnson outside. McGinnis against Green. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, Draymond Green can dole out as much punishment as he receives, and right there goes into the teeth of the defense.
They get the rebound. Drexler misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. The Hawks leading. Here's Cooper. Still yet to score. Pass to Green. Shoots over Monroe. And that one's good. Green. And the Hawks lead by 4.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside.
Drexler passes to Monroe. There's the pick. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. George is checked in for Shane Battier.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Now here's Johnson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Green kicks to Johnson. Green with a screen for George. Just 5 to shoot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shoot 2.
Throw good, Paul George.
Boy, Paul George continues to prove himself an elite offensive threat.
Mullins checked in for Boston. And both free throws good for Paul George. Celtics trail by 3. We've got 1:55 left here in the second. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Lanier.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's what become an art, changing shots without making contact. How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Assistant, Paul George.
Lillard against Johnson. Pass to McGinnis. There's the lob to Lillard. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Eaton.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here, it is eye-opening.
Here's Cooper. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Celtics trail by 5. Lillard, bounce pass. Pass to McGinnis. Mullen dishes to Marion. McGinnis the pass to Marion. 6 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point territory, George with the defensive effort. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Cooper. Now Johnson. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Hawks. The Celtics shooting 41% from the field in the second quarter up to this point. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A putback. Boston getting another chance here. Mullen with the three. That's good, and it's Marion with the assist. Mullen's got his third basket of the night right there. Marion against George. Good work defensively by Marion. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hawks lead by 2. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And we welcome you to halftime as the Boston Celtics are getting everything they can handle so far.
I like how they've been eating the glass. Figuratively, no one should eat glass.
Just barbecue chicken.
It's the centerpiece of healthy, balanced diet, Ernie.
And changing it up, my favorite segment, social media posts. This next one comes to us from Unicorn Armand. They ask, is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable?
Okay, Ernie, let me take this. In culinary terms, it's the vegetable. But from a botany standpoint, it's a fruit because of the seeds.
What do you mean, bought any? I bought plenty of tomatoes and I got all of them from the veggie section.
He said botany, as in the science of studying plants.
Science, you don't need to overthink it, Ernie. If it can go on a burger, it's a vegetable.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Here's Lillard. Johnson is out there with Klay Thompson. Then it's George. Then there's Draymond Green. And it's Lanier in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Thompson inside, guarded by Fox. And Thompson kicks to Green. Fires the 3. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Wow, this is next level now. Draymond Green in the pick and roll with the ball in his hands. Really nice job there.
Pass to Mullen. There's the triple. Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson finds Thompson. Here's Lillard. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Hey, Lillard has all the talent in the world, but man, this guy is a great leader. Lots of charisma, and he holds his teammates accountable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And I like the work Lillard's put into his defense the past few seasons. He may not be a stopper, but he's improved immensely at that end of the floor.
And so he hits both. The Hawks leading by 3. Side. There's the screen and the wide open shot from Green. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Eaton the pass to Mullen. This ball movement by Boston. To the middle. Shot from the low block. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
The Celtics have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First one falls for him. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Johnson. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Outside, Green lets the three fly. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. Johnson's got his 6th assist on the night. Outside, Fox. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Fox has got 7.
Wow, Fox hitting them right back with that aggressive take.
Here's George. Sinks that one from the post. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Boy, that's 3 for 4 this half. You like that they're starting with a little bit of extra energy. Nice.
Outside, Fox. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Atlanta's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
And Lanier is one of the most graceful big men to ever play this game. From his post moves to his outside shot to his defending. Everything about Lanier is fluid.
The Hawks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. Number 1, the Celtics.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Johnson with the block.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Yeah, you keep defenders guessing with the ability to get to that in-between game. Part of what makes Klay Thompson an all-star.
A pass to Fox. Beyond the arc. Here's Eaton, and he jams it with authority.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Mullen against Johnson. Eaton the pass to Mullen. Lillard outside. A pass to Fox. Just 4 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And now just a 2-point Atlanta lead.
And at the arc, Fox has only gotten bolder. He takes threes without even thinking about it.
On the wing, Thompson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How many times have we seen a possession take that from them today? Ending with the basket coming off a pretty pass.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
His contemporaries will say this. Klay Thompson's shooting stroke is as pure as it gets.
Monroe against Conley. Monroe, the pass to Drexler. Back to Monroe. Kicks it out to Drexler. Thompson against Fox. Lets it go from deep. Another miss by Fox. The Hawks leading by 5. Battier outside. At the elbow, it's Allen. Here's Thompson. The Hawks again can't hit. And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. Stolen by Thompson. Battier, the pass to Allen. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
And the Hawks making a change here. Cooper's checked in. Marion, he's checked in for the Celtics. Boston on D. It's a 5-point game. Here's Drexler.
There's just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leaping ability, the creativity once in air, that's elite level stuff.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Start getting loud.
So Celtics making a switch here. McGinnis is checked in.
George McGinnis.
Vanderbilt finds Allen. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
His first team starter.
Well, this is exactly the kind of position you want Jared Allen shooting from, right? He gets excellent position, makes defenders nervous this close. Good job drawing that foul.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Atlanta.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And he sinks the second.
Jared Allen knows who he is, guys. Rim runner, rim protector, and excellent rebounder.
Here's Monroe. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
That one is no good. Atlanta leading by 3 on the wing. Battier. Monroe on the double team. Conley with a wide open look. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
Well, smart shot selection from Mike Conley, right? Just get into your mid-range bag and complete the play. He does so there.
Monroe against Conley. Outside, Drexler. Back to Monroe. Clock at 6. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Monroe's got 10 points in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Conley against Marion. Bounce pass, Conley. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
Drexler with it. Conley picks him up. A floater. And it's Drexler missing.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
14 feet away. Rebounded by the Celtics. BB, one thing about Kessler, he will challenge anybody at the rim. Wow.
There's no question, Kevin. Walker Kessler is one of those guys who's not afraid to get dunked on. He is a rim protector of the highest order. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, but he's always going to try to do his job.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the bucket by the Celtics. Pass to Allen. And here is Conley. Back to Allen. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, we've come to expect this from Mike Conley, putting the pass on time and on target.
Now, here is Monroe. Plays it up off the glass. 12 points for him.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Marion. Some solid defense from Battier. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Hawks. They've led by as much as 10.
Well, Mike has specialized over the years in being able to get defenders committed. Nicely done.
For Atlanta, they have shot 6 or 7 at the line.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Conley.
Well, the seasoned veteran Mike Conley has been such a soft-spoken guy, but he has also been one of the NBA's best leaders, both on and off the floor.
And Conley drops them both. 24 seconds left in the third. Cooper against Drexler. Just 5 on the clock. It's not going to go for him. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Hawks on top. They're up by 5. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Drexler. He's out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Eaton in at the 5. Allen passes to Green. From deep, George. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got 3 assists tonight. Celtics trail by 8. Outside, Fox. Pass to Mullen. Nice ball movement by Boston. Issel passes to Drexler. Over Thompson. Drexler, no good. Atlanta's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. And that one's good. George.
Well, this is a team that depends on Paul George to fill it up. Such a skilled, versatile scorer.
Now, here's Fox. Pass to Eaton. Now Drexler. He's covered by Thompson. Fox against Johnson. Count it, and the Atlanta League's been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Fox.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
On the wing, Thompson. Drexler defending. George, no good. Celtics trail by 8. Pass to Mullen. From the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Shoots. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. During the break, listened in with Joe Mazzulla and his team. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations, and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the 3. We're good, guys.
Thank you, David. Now, here is Mullen. Rebounded by the Hawks. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. And George, here we go. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Poked away. Out in his own on the break. Here's Lanier. Drops in the breakaway layup. Lanier's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hawks.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And it's the Hawks ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Johnson, the pass to Lanier. Green with the ball. Covered by Lillard. Out to Thompson. The 3. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Celtics trail by 14. And here is Fox. For the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Fox has got 5 points now this quarter.
I think it's fair to say that Fox is in the zone right now. An exciting player to watch. I just love seeing how he can take over a game with his aggressiveness. He's
hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
To the left wing. Here's Fox. He is hauled in by Paul George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Green inside. And Boston with the rebound. Outside, Fox. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Shooting for Boston, De'Aaron Fox at the line for one.
One shot.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
His fourth.
That's going to send Damian Lillard to the free throw line.
At the line for the Celtics.
Magic Johnson picks one up.
Damian Lillard at the line for one.
One shot.
That free throw good from Lillard. The Hawks leading by 10. Now here is George. Green with a screen on Lillard. And George, here we go. And the basket is good. George has got 14 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Outside, Fox. Lillard finds Fox. Over George. Fox, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. To the inside. Here's Lanier. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Forceful finish from the big fella.
Well, with a player for that size, you'd think he'd make the highlight reel more often.
Yeah, terrific effort. He obviously has the length to make those plays when he's being aggressive.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He has decided it's the right time to talk.
You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best move. Let's go. Nice job, brother. You got the camera on you.
Michael Conley, he's checked in for Johnson. And a change for the Celtics. Kessler's checked in. Up top, Fox. He's covered by Thompson. Fox, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Green with a screen on Fox. Thompson passes to Green. Down low. A shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his fourth assist in this one.
We know that Draymond Green is going to stay aggressive and play to his strengths. Really good job here.
Now here is Mullen. Nice ball movement by Boston. Boston again missing. Now Conley. Pass to George. Here's one in. Green with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Thompson throws it down.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And Fox gets it to go.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Green dishes to George. 1:27 left here in the fourth quarter. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
And he makes the first. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And good on the second, so he makes them both. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Hawks.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And they took charge when it counted, notching their 9th win overall. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Paul George.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Monroe's shot is good.
For 3.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Monroe against Conley. Pass to Vanderbilt. Now Battier. Outside Conley. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Conley. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Conley against Monroe. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Paul George.
Forward, 6'11", number 21, Tim Duncan.
Welcome to 2K Sports. Here's a look at some stats for him.
And he's been outstanding offensively. As of late, these last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Now let's take a look at the Bucks opening lineup. They've got Josh Hart. He's out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Brooklyn, Williams is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Bowen in at small forward. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Williams with the screen for 3. Bridges sends it home from three-point land.
Oh, productive from back there. Bridges showing the range.
Outside Robinson. Thomas outside. And stolen by Williams. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Duncan. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, that's a powerful throwdown by Duncan. He saw an opening there and took full advantage of it.
Pass to Jordan. Screen by Robinson. The 3 is up. Jordan misses. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Williams passes to Duncan. Good work defensively by Robinson.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Thomas, that's good.
Even though he's a smaller guard, Thomas is not afraid of attacking inside. Really good work there.
Pass to Duncan. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Back to Williams. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. After this final game of the regular season, for some, a chance at postseason glory. For others, maybe like you, Grant, working on their golf game.
Exactly. And I know you're always working on your swing too, B.A. But personally, I can't wait for the postseason. Nothing like the excitement of playoff basketball.
The free throw drops for Williams.
Gus Williams so slick, particularly in the pick and roll. He can slice and dice up a defense with scoring or clever passing.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Pass to Adebayo. Thomas against Williams. Here's Jordan. And that one comes up a bit short.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Here's Williams driving in, and he banks in the layup.
Excellent take right there from Gus Williams. So crafty getting to the rack.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Defeated by Washington in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
It really just wasn't a fun game for them. Their offense looked stagnant, and they couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, they had no answer for them. They simply got outplayed and outworked.
Noise, everyone.
With only one game left, let's take a look at what the final standings could look like out east. You take a look at the Nets. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. And, of course, there's the Bucks, currently a ways below.
I think for the Bucks, when you look at their roster, they're talented enough to turn this thing around. But so far, the season has not come together for them the way people predicted.
Yeah, that's the sense you get, isn't it? I mean, the important thing is that they don't panic here. Stick to the basics and work out of this slump without trying to do too much at one time.
Now here's Thomas. 8 points in his last time out. Pass to Hart. Fires the three. The rebound by Embiid.
Impressive closeout on a skilled shooter. That is how you defend shots from downtown.
Bridges finds Embiid. And he drops it in from the low post.
And their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Now here's Thomas. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Here's Jordan. The rebound by Duncan.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Williams misses. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 7. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Brooklyn this season.
Last season, this was a surprisingly difficult matchup for them. Lost every game against this team.
Not what you'd expect when you look at the standings. I think this game is important to them to try and turn the tables here.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Williams passes to Bridges. Back to Williams. Pass to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get off a shot here. Duncan, no good.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Adebayo against Williams. Jordan, no good off the glass.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Thomas against Williams. Bridges outside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And they came in third when it comes to opponent field goal percentage. These guys really work hard to protect the hoop and limit the open angles.
And what a job they've done with their low post defense. As you said, number 2 in blocks. That speaks volumes to how well they protect the rim. And they've got the bodies to do it. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, guys, Mikal Bridges has a bigger role in Brooklyn. He said, quote, "I didn't think I would have to become a go-to guy this quick. I still don't go into games thinking it's my team or anything like that. You need all 5 guys and everyone on the bench just to play together."
Allie, he's handled the responsibility so well.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Thomas against Williams. That one goes in. Thomas has got his second basket of the night.
Beautiful work on the floater that time by Thomas. So smart when he gets into the lane. This guy can score a lot of different ways. One of the best point guard finishers we've seen.
Now here's Williams. 6 points for him. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Williams. Uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got 8 points.
Hasn't taken him any time to get into a groove. 3 or 4 to start things off.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
And something fans don't always get to see. Some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Now on the way to the floor. Give it up for Team White.
Change here. Johnson's checked in. Williams is checked in for Milwaukee. Anthony Simons comes in for Jordan. .157 left to play in the first quarter. Simons against Bridges. Here's the teardrop, and it's Simons missing.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with. You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Now here's Williams. Give him 8 points now. And stolen by Adebayo. A minute 15 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Simons. Whoa! And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
Here's Bridges. And Brooklyn again with a bucket.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Pass to Adebayo. Shot from 12. Brooklyn pulls it in.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's Hart. Yet to see a basket. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Pass to Thomas. Adebayo sets a screen, and he's going for the lob, and Adebayo slams it in.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Absolutely jaw-dropping.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Nets leading by 9. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. So far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
So on the floor for Milwaukee, they've got Williams, and it's Thomas in at the 2. Oh, nice shot by Kuzi.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Outside Johnson. Here's Duncan. Chambers grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 7. Down low. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting great. 62% from the field and continuing to get it done. Pass to Bridges. Three-pointer. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Outside, Williams. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That's on Joel Embiid.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
No good on that one. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the officials. You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
It's Bridges on the wing. Thomas defends. Bridges passes to Nedelicki. Bridges against Thomas. Clock at 6. Embiid a screen on Thomas. Three-pointer, Bridges. And again, it's the Nets missing. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Chambers. Brooklyn with the board. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Harper. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Kuzi on the take, and that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
And the quickness of Kuzi, gotta love it. Superb at getting around the defense and right to the bucket.
Here's Harper, still without a bucket. Nedelicki passes to Johnson. Bridges outside. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. Oh, Embiid with the flush.
Embiid is unstoppable, just too strong for the defense, no matter what they throw at him.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunity.
Robinson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Jordan comes in for Thomas. The free throw drops for Embiid.
Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
It's time for the stand. Oh, you know how this goes. You get on the big screen if you shake with your mama, baby. Let's see what you got. Next dancer. Baby, shake it. Let's go.
Checked in for Brooklyn. And since the All-Star break concluded, here's a view of which teams are leading the league in second chance points. Number 5, Brooklyn.
Second half of the season, they've made a concerted effort to compete on the offensive glass, and you see it in the numbers.
Nets on D. Chambers, the pass to Robinson. Here's Kuzi. Got a hand on it.
Wallace, clearly a great shot blocker. Add another one to his talent.
Stanley. And another miss by Milwaukee. Brooklyn leading by 6. Lets it go from deep. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Pass to Robinson. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And the league has made it clear, Grant, it sees streaming at the forefront of basketball viewing going forward.
Well, B.A., it's a no-brainer. The internet is the future, after all, and streaming opens a lot more options for engaging with fans while they watch.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you can just tell the guys on his team look up to Robinson out on the floor. I mean, he's got such leadership qualities, and that's exactly what you want from your best player, a guy who can really galvanize the troops because they respect him so much.
And both free throws good for Robinson.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Here's Nedelicki. No points so far. 6 to shoot. Here's Harper. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. And the Nets lead by 9. Pass to Robinson. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
Throw good, Robinson. Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Harper. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Nedelicki. To the middle. Here's Griffith, covered by Jordan. Wallace misses. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Kuzi. Picked it out of midair. Here's Griffith. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Harper. And so he draws the foul. Headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Second and fewest turnovers per game. And looking at their defensive marks, they are top 5 in opponent shooting percentage. This is a squad that wants to shut down teams on a nightly basis.
And when you consider how well they played on defense, holding opponents to the lowest amount of points per game in the league, it's remarkable. They are outstanding at covering for one another and mucking it up on this end for other teams. And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, you get so much game from a guy like Ron Harper. Passing, scoring, defending, rebounding. He really is a guy who can do everything for his team.
So he gets them both. The Bucks trail by 8. Here's Kuzi inside. Right side, Robinson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he converts the layup. Robinson's got 9 points.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Harper. Pass to Griffith. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
I like how their perimeter game is building out. They're feeling it right now.
To the middle. Here's Dantley. It's rebounded by Griffith. Nets leading by 9. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
We've seen scoring totals increasing, and fans might appreciate it, but NBA VP and head of basketball ops Joe Dumars said, quote, I think what fans really want to see is incredible competition. The score is secondary to that. And guys, you talk about competing, Joe D brought it at both ends of the floor.
No doubt about that. Well said, Allie. And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Jordan with the bucket.
The touch on Jordan's close range shots is really outstanding. He almost makes it look simple and easy to score in close like that.
Here's Harper. 6 points for him. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Jordan with the bucket.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Griffith. There's 1:34 left in the first half. Count the basket.
Now remember, Ron Harper is 6'6", and he's long. Huge for somebody that plays a lot of point guard, and that helps him operate down low, too.
Pass to Jordan. The fadeaway. Brooklyn pulls it in.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
1:04 left in the second quarter. Here's Harper. Off target from three-point range.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions. I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition switch ignited.
And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. Indeed, he's checked in for Wallace. 36 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Nedelicki passes to Bowen. And the Nets miss again.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Robinson. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Nets. 20 seconds left in the first half of this one. Here's Harper. Thomas defends. Here's Harper. Here's Bowen. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's Brooklyn closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with Doc Rivers and Coach. I know you cannot be happy with this team's play in the first half. What will you tell them they need to improve on?
The score and our effort, our offense. They're just playing harder. They're more physical. They're tougher. Honestly, we're very lucky right now.
Lots to improve on in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
When I look at the Nets, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
All right, looking back now at that first half, we just saw some obstacles to overcome for the Milwaukee Bucks.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way to slow down a team with good scores is to disrupt their rhythm. Otherwise, you can fire up that barbecue.
Man, that was 1987 all over again.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
Pretty much the entire first half, he was dominating down low, piling up a ton of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. Defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
Bucks trail by 7. Mikal Bridges is out there with Williams. Then it's Joel Embiid, and it's Bowen in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Thomas, that's good.
Not putting his head down. He continues to produce with the team trailing.
Pass to Bowen. Back to Williams. Here's Duncan. Outside, Williams. Robinson with a steal. And they're on the run. Here's Adebayo. And it's blocked.
Excellent defensive timing that time by Tim Duncan.
And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
It's Thomas on the wing. Williams defending. Pure from three-point range.
You know, he does a little bit of everything. But when Hart is draining the three-pointer, that's when he's most dangerous.
Pass to Bowen. Here's Williams. Thomas defends. The baseline J is on the way. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Jordan. It's tipped.
Tenacious defender. Bridges covers so well.
That shot missing. Thomas with the defensive effort. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Bucks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Jordan misses.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Here's Bowen. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Pass to Adebayo. He nails it, and we're tied. Adebayo's got 6 points.
And once Bam gets the ball inside, the bucket is almost guaranteed. He's a serious producer in the paint.
Here's Duncan, hounded by Adebayo. Here's the break for the lead, and it's blocked by Embiid.
Embiid stiff-arming that shot with authority, no mercy.
Adebayo finds Thomas. Outside Hart. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Bridges. Here's Adebayo. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Nets have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Here's Bowen. Thomas with a double team. Williams against Jordan. Outside, Williams. To stop the drought. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Oh, man, what happened at halftime? Since then, they're 0 for 4.
And stolen by Williams. Pass to Bowen. Beyond the arc. Drills it from deep. 6 points for him.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight planks.
Thomas against Williams. And here's Thomas. Give him 8. Down low. Here's Adebayo. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Adebayo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with a strong physical profile, Adebayo is willing to battle, always on the interior.
And Jordi Fernandez calls timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
It's high time, man. Here we go. Brooklyn Zone. Team Hype. Now on the court, it's your home squad. Get loud and let me hear you. Who wants to kick your right about now? That's right, man. It's time to make some noise. Put your hands in the air. Let me see ya.
Williams checked in for Milwaukee. And here we have the leading defensive teams in the league after the All-Star break. Brooklyn, second. The fourth spot held by the Bucks.
These are two teams playing fantastic defense since the All-Star break. Just playing with great effort.
And Brooklyn with possession here. They've led by as many as 11. Here's Wallace. And a nice finish on the layup. Wallace has gotten his first basket of the night.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Pass to Adebayo. Six on the shot clock.
Just an enforcer for this team. Adebayo is no stranger to physical play, whether he's receiving it or dishing it out.
Hey guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Their offensive game plan has been simple. Look to shoot it often from outside the arc. And the results have been outstanding.
And they've also been ferocious inside, really taking advantage in the painted area and making good on those chances.
That free throw misses.
You have to love the style Bam brings with him to the floor. He's such a spirited player, and you can see his teammates enjoy it as well.
Good on the second one. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. The lead is 2. Lets the three fly. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Pass to Jordan. It's stolen by Johnson. Bridges outside from behind the arc. And he can't get that one. The Bucks have gotten only 4 of 10 shots to fall so far in the third. Thomas finds Jordan. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Now here's Williams. 5 on the clock. And there it is for him. Williams has got 10.
A second rounder who has made it. Gus Williams plays a lot bigger than he is.
Thomas against Williams. Pass to Adebayo. Puts up a 3. Hey, now 5 for 8. Shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
It's like he needed that halftime break to gather himself. Now he's starting to get his confidence back here.
Bridges outside. And he lobs it up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. And Mikal Bridges. Still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Now here's Simons. Cranked it in off the glass. Simons has got his second basket of the game.
Digging deep, Simons to the hole himself.
Pass to Johnson. And there's 1:45 left in the third.
And they make use of a majority of their opportunities from the line. Finishing top 10 overall in this category, a team you shouldn't foul.
And their ability to hold down the score against opponents means they don't have to enter desperation mode offensively very often. That's a big plus. Free throw drops for Johnson.
Well, you think about it, what makes Marcus Johnson such a great player? Well, he does it all from the forward position. Racks up points, drops dimes, he rebounds the ball effectively. helps out in a bunch of different ways. Just a terrific all-around forward.
No good on the second free throw.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Pass to Kuzi. Back to Simons. The floater. He can't get it to go. The Nets have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Simons with a rebound. Milwaukee has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. 1:05 left in the third. Here's Chambers. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. To the left side wing. Adebayo from long range. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Harper passes to Wallace. Here's Griffith. Left side Johnson. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Johnson's got 5 points.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
There's Simons with a 3.
Bucks substitution.
Brooklyn trailing.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Here's Harper. Give him 8 points now. Basket counts. He's got 10.
Making a slick move off the dribble to get the easy 2.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's the Nets up 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Moment ago, head coach Doc Rivers in the huddle.
Let's get the pace back in the game. Let's get stopped. All right, let's move the ball. We don't like it moving. Let's be aggressive.
Man, that's been a point of emphasis for Doc Rivers. Don't hold the ball. Run the offense.
And good things happen when they work together. Individually, they have talent. But collectively, they can dominate stretches.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. We've got Anthony Simons, and it's Thomas in at the 1. Williams passes to Danley. Three-pointer. And it's Simons missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Bowen. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
Just get the best shot you can. Bowen in the painted area there.
Williams against Thomas. Simons outside. Right side Robinson. Fades away. The rebound by Duncan. Duncan's got 7 rebounds in the game. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute played. Here's Griffith. Yes, and it's Embiid picking up the assist. Now it's a 6-point Brooklyn lead.
Thinking about catching and shooting immediately. I love the confidence and assertiveness from Griffith.
Thomas passes to Danley. Pass to Robinson. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. That one no good. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Here's Danley. Thomas passes to Simons. Sinks the tray.
And over the course of a season, this is one of Simons' strengths, his efficiency from range.
Back to Williams. with the 10-footer. Down low. Embiid puts it in.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle.
T-shirts. Come on, everybody. We got T-shirts for everybody. Here we go, guys. It's time for T-shirts. Here comes your T-shirt! I told you get a T-shirt!
So the Nets making a switch here. Bridges is checked in. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Okay, thank you, Allie. The Bucks trail by 5. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Robinson, a screen on Williams. Thomas passes to Jordan. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Williams with it. Pass to Duncan. Over Robinson. Again, the Nets score.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Now here's Jordan. Thomas outside. And he's going for the oop here. And slam dunk by Jordan.
No doubt about the brilliance of Jordan as a player. Outstanding at knowing when to go get that alley-oop.
Williams passes to Embiid. Here's Bowen. Takes a 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 tonight. Adebayo, a screen on Williams. Here's Thomas. Pass to Adebayo. And that one's good.
And just an effective offensive talent. Adebayo plays so hard, and that's really what drives his game.
Now Williams. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Thomas. Jordan, a good look. The rebound by Duncan.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Williams to the inside. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Nice court awareness and feel on the floor there from Duncan. Set the screen and then found space to execute the roll.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Bridges misses.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
To the paint. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
And the Admiral, David Robinson, a big-time threat to dunk it down. Can't give this 7'1" center any room down low.
Here's Bowen. Pass to Duncan. Now Embiid. Outside, Williams. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
Williams has been virtually unstoppable here. The defense having a tough time dealing with him.
Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Robinson in the post. He's against Bridges. And down it goes. 2 points. Robinson's got 6 here in the quarter.
His passion for the game infectious. What a joy to watch when he steps between the lines.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Here's Bowen. He's covered by Hart. Bridges outside. The 3-ball. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 7 tonight. Hart passes to Thomas. Robinson against Embiid. Robinson in the post.
You know, on offense, Robinson is not shy about asserting himself and creating contact, looking for it to draw foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And both free throws good for Robinson.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Thomas against Williams. Inside, Duncan. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to Robinson. Shoots over Embiid. That one's good. This game is all even. Robinson's got 19 points.
Simply another big night for David Robinson. This guy consistently puts up the big numbers, and when he's on, unstoppable. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Jordan, the pass to Adebayo to take the lead, and he can't bank that one in. Brooklyn has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the 4th. Down low. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Duncan. It falls!
When Duncan is on like he is now, there's really not much you can do about it.
Here's Thomas. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. 52 seconds left in the final quarter. Pass to Robinson. So it's all come down to this.
It's really that time where your leaders must step up.
Bruce Bowen with that slow heartbeat that time. The moment, not too big for him.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Shot from the wing. Thomas misses.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Oh, my. And that was textbook defense, positioning himself well to send it back.
And Williams has got the ball here for Brooklyn. They've led by as many as 11.
15 seconds. At the line, shooting for Brooklyn, Gus Williams. Stepping to the line with 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that increases the lead to 6. And so both free throws good, and it's a 7-point game.
Making the most of his trip to the line and helping them extend their lead.
And the Bucks call time here. There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And time's running short. They just couldn't get over that hump.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Let's see it. A second doesn't work.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
So we see the Nets get the win here. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And before we go, we'll leave you with our player of the game.
Hello, basketball fans. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for him.
In the last 5 games, can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Evan Mobley. Lever is out there with Lou Dort. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Irving in at the 3 spot. And for Charlotte, we've got Luka Doncic. He's out there with Donovan Mitchell. And it's Davis in at the 4 spot. And stand a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year. Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
Here's Lever. Jokic sets the screen for Lever. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Lever. Jokic has got his second basket of the night.
Nice play by Jokic. So crafty in pick and roll.
Mitchell kicks to Davis. Pass to Rice. Here's Doncic. Over Lever. Doncic, no good. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Chicago with the ball, following the score by Charlotte. And Jokic throws it down.
Well, it's not what he's known for, but Jokic can throw it down when the chance presents itself.
Back to Mitchell. And here's Doncic from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Lever taking his time here. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmarks of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Here's Sampson. His last outing, he had 8 points. And they double up Doncic. 5 to shoot. Mobley with the rebound. The Bulls leading by 4. And here's Irving. Mobley a screen on Davis. Irving with it. Picked up by Davis. And Davis sends it back.
A two-way star. AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
Clock at 6. Jokic with it. He's got 6. Austin coming right down to it. Finish line is in sight. The playoffs are within sight. The warmer weather, I think, signals that the playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah, Kevin, that's exactly right. And neither team here needs any extra motivation in this one. You want as high a seed as possible in the postseason. You want as many of these crucial games to be played in your own building.
Here's Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Get loud, fans. On the court, your home squad. Hey, fans, who wants a free T-shirt? Make some noise.
think of point guards as rebounders necessarily, but here are the ones that have corralled the most boards in the last month of the NBA. Fifth is Luka Doncic.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
Yeah, and it speaks to how well-rounded a lot of today's point guards are. It's not just about orchestrating. It's about doing the dirty work, too.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And the first one drops.
And when healthy, Davis remains an absolute force in this league on both sides of the ball.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Looking at the Hornets, Greg, they're still in pursuit of their first trip to the NBA Finals.
And, Kevin, I hope it happens soon because their fan base deserves it. They've stuck with this team through some difficult years. It's about time they get rewarded.
Now, here's Dort. No scoring in this one. The shot's good.
Some physicality there from Lou, pushing past the contact and into the shot.
Hornets trail by 4. Outside, Davis. Mitchell against Dort. Doncic outside. And the layup falls. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Mobley outside. Back to Lever. Oh, the lob to Irving. Here's Rice. Jokic defending. They get it again. He's off on that one. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Pass to Mobley. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with size and a terrific skill set, Mobley gives defenders nightmares.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
That free throw missing. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And to me, Evan Mobley seems like a fast learner. He adapted to the league play pretty seamlessly and is always looking for little ways to improve.
Now, here's Jokic. 6 points for him. Here's Dort. And the Bulls with another miss.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Outside, ball. Pass to Rice. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And when you think of Rice, his consistency comes to mind, as well as that dead-eye shooting form.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the stripe.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Rice. So for the Bulls, Haywood comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Goodrich in for Dort. tied up with that one. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Inside, here's Peterson. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
How about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
Here's Hagan. Still without a basket. Jokic, no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
It's tipped.
And Sampson literally takes away a part of the floor when he's out there. Don't even try to get shots off in this area, or that's what's going to happen.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Rice. 1:31 left in the first quarter of the game. Misses the layup. Here's Hagan. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Rice. Outside Gordon. Pass to Sampson. Here's the three. Peterson, that's good. Peterson's got 5 points so far.
Just a classic long wing. Mopi is a threat from deep.
51 seconds left to play in the first. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Ball with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Stolen away. One-on-one fast break. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Yeah, he's an above-the-rim athlete. Gordon on the attack.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Hagan. Four on the shot clock. Oh, good on the triple. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back to the action in just a minute. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying on their bench in crucial situations.
Now, here's Irving. 23 points his last outing. Mitchell is out there with Ball. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Sampson. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my gosh.
And I'll tell you what, few forwards have ever had that lightning first step of Dr. J. He just takes away the angles of the defense.
Now, here's Mitchell. He gets it in there. Mitchell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Lever against Mitchell. Here's Harper. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
You know, Stan, I've always thought that your path, kind of like Billy Donovan's, going from the college game to the pro game, both enjoying success, very, very similar paths.
Except for one thing, Kevin. Billy could actually play. I couldn't. So,
well, you're not being fair to yourself now. Come on.
Billy was a great college player, and I think, Kevin, Billy Donovan's the most underrated coach in the NBA. This guy's a surefire Hall of Famer, back-to-back national titles in college, and then you look at the consistent success he has had in the NBA with teams. This guy is as good as anyone in the country, heck, anyone in the world coaching basketball.
Well said. Bulls trail by 3. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Mobley the pass to Irving. Screen by Walton from past the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. There has been, Coach, a lot of talk about how players today are better than ever before.
At the line for 2.
Do you agree with that?
Well, absolutely. Isn't that the way evolution works?
Right.
Kevin, they're bigger, stronger, faster. But everyone builds on the players who came before them, and the guys today would not be where they are without the guys before who laid the foundation.
The free throw drops for Towns.
Well, when you're big, can contribute from the line like Towns, you gotta like your chances.
Charlotte making a switch here. Davis is checked in, and Chicago also making a switch. Dort's checked in. Second free throw, no good.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
That one falls. And the Hornets lead by 3.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Back to Harper. Mitchell against Dort. Shot clock at 5. A 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
And we've seen Mitchell go up against much larger defenders throughout his career. And the reason he makes it look so easy is because of that 6'10 wingspan. Keep in mind, he stands at 6'1", but that's incredible length at his height.
And Mitchell drops them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Harper against Ball. Outside Irving. Here he goes. And Davis sends it back.
What a play by Davis. You think you can get it over me? Nuh-uh. Not on my watch.
And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Pistons in Detroit. Towns, a screen on Harper. The kick out to Towns. Davis surveying the floor. And Walton sends it back.
And how about the anticipation and timing? You know, we talk about Walton's offense. How about the defense, though, he provides for this team?
And here's Harper from the arc. The Bulls with another miss. Hornets leading by 5. Right side Davis. He is hauled in by the Bulls. Mobley's got his 5th rebound in this one. Chicago again turning it over. And here on our 2K leaderboard, you see a breakdown of the best free throw shooting centers and power forwards over the past month. Anthony Davis, 3rd.
He's got a great rhythm and form at the foul line. Sometimes we don't see that in the big fellas, but he is automatic up there.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over.
Since the All-Star break, averaging about 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Not bad numbers, but for a player of his talent, you have to think he can do more.
Yeah, and talking to his coach, this team expects more from him, and that's a good problem to have as a player. It means your team believes in your abilities.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Ball dishes to Towns. Floats one up, and Walton sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Chicago on defense, trailing by 5. Hunter. And the Hornets miss again. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Mitchell against Harper. Mitchell kicks to Davis. 5 on the clock. The shot, no good. Good D by Mobley.
And his shot just hasn't been there in this one. Luckily, his team has been able to make up the difference.
Here's Irving, and Dr. J slams it in.
And you love the quick ups, but then how about that explosiveness on the finish? Irving, man, he just has an incredible gift.
Now, here's Ball. Pass to Towns. Dan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer. And he didn't go to the line once in the first half. But now he's figuring out how to draw contact and get himself to the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Peterson's checked in, and Doncic is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. And Towns drops them both. Bulls trail by 5. Harper the pass to Mobley. To the paint, here's Walton. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Detroit. Here's Davis. And again, the Hornets missing.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And Mobley throws it down.
And went up and pulled it down. Mobley soaring.
Harper against Doncic. Davis sets a screen. Doncic feeling it out. Outside for Davis. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession. Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
Here's Hagan, and he hits it to tie the game up. Hagan's got 6 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
With 1 game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. Taking a look at Charlotte. They're trying to get in the playoffs here. If they stay the course, they will. And, of course, Chicago, 3 spots below.
And checking out Charlotte, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
Forcing his way inside, Doncic.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Outside Harper, shoots over Doncic. Harper, no good. Charlotte in the lead. Doncic right side. Inside, Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic. 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Mobley is screened. A nice shot by Hagan.
Well, nice turnaround for him here in the second quarter. Had a cold start, but never lost his confidence.
Doncic kicks to Rice. Here's Towns. And the wing jumper offline. Chicago's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Harper the pass to Goodrich. Here's Hagan. Back to Goodrich. Pass to Harper. Over Gordon. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
Pass to Hagan. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets on top. They lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Carl. Impressive start for you. What's the mentality going into a game like this?
Just being aggressive. Really played well at all the first half myself. All of us are missing a lot of easy money, so missing layups for us is pros. So second half, if we make those layups, we should be fine.
See if you stick to the script. Thanks very much, man. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Phantom half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're thinking about the shot. So sorry. One more time, a round of applause.
Welcome, folks. It's halftime, and the Charlotte Hornets are in the midst of a very close game.
Depth has been the key for them so far. They've gotten a nice spark from their second unit, especially at the offensive end.
And they've needed every bit of that bench production. It's been the difference. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
You take a look at the Hornets. They're in good position, definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as the seeding is how you're playing down the stretch. They're trying to dial it in. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Julius Erving. What a contribution.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Chicago trailing, and on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. They've got Nikola Jokic. Lou Dort out there with Lever. Then there's Irving, and it's Mobley in at the power forward position. Outside Irving, just 5 on the clock for the tie, and it's good on the way in. Irving's got 11.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
To the middle, deflects the pass, Sampson. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Rice. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. little shot fake there, got the knee out of position. 9 points in the game so far.
It'll take more than that to knock Luka off his spot.
Here's Lever. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Pat Lever.
There's a fluid power and athleticism that he possesses. Nearly impossible to contain Davis inside.
First free throw is good. You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Now it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
A great athlete and an even better human being. It's easy to love Julius Irving. What he brings to this team and also what he brings to the community.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And that one falls for Irving. And so Irving nails both of them. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Doncic kicks to Sampson. Back to Doncic. Luka throws it down.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
It's time for Dance Cam. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your moves. Yeah, let's see those moves. No thanks.
You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. Fourth, Donovan Mitchell.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Dort passes to Mobley. Outside Irving. Pass to Jokic. Shot from 6, and it's denied. Now Doncic, he's got 11. Mitchell outside. Back to Doncic. Oh, an easy 2 from Doncic.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Mobley outside. Pass to Irving. And it's Jokic in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Sampson pulls it in. Sampson's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Not a great start to this second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Chicago shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for the Bulls, Pat Weaver. 2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And even though Fat Lever spends most of his time on the perimeter, the man is a triple-double waiting to happen. He is the complete package in terms of scoring, assisting, and rebounding. Big fella does it all.
Haywood's checked in for Mobley. And Lever drops them both. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Hornets. 6-point lead. Out to the right wing. Here's Rice, defended by Dort. Back to Doncic. 6 to shoot. Doncic showing his strength.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
On the wing, Irving. He's got 13.
And while we got a chance, look at some numbers for Nikola Jokic, averaging 15 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Yeah, when a shot is missed, he has got great instincts for where the ball is going.
And that one falls for Irving. Charlotte making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. Both free throws good for Irving. Hornets leading by 6. Doncic outside. Davis up top. Back to Doncic. Over Lever. Doncic, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
The amazing Nikola Jokic, Dan. How fun is this guy for us to watch every time we do a game?
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy, Kevin. He's got so many skills, and he's led the league in touches, but he's near the bottom in how long the ball sticks in his hand. Constantly making quick decisions and passes. This guy is really like watching the best we've ever seen.
I would agree. And what a quality to know where to go with the ball when the pressure arrives. In the corner, it's Hunter. Charlotte moving the ball around. 4 on the clock. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell.
Great read from Dort there. An intelligent player who hustles on defense and distracts you.
And Dr. J slams it in.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed. And that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And the Hornets miss again.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And he gets it to go.
The amount of touch on that floater, impossible to defend that shot from Jokic.
Doncic against Lever. And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Attention fans, now reporting your ice squad. All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time!
Change here. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Fourth, the Bulls.
I mean, it's about the pace they played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down.
Here's Lever. 5 points in the game. Pass to Haywood. Now here's Goodrich. He's guarded closely. Here's Hagan. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Peterson, that's good. And now a 5-point Hornets lead.
And you gotta respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball.
Now here's Goodrich. Nothing on the board. Here's Haywood, hits the jump hook.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Lever against Doncic. Pass to Gordon. Here's Peterson. Doncic left side. Over Lever. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Lever outside. The tray. It's rebounded by Charlotte. A minute 20 left in the third quarter. High arcing shot and foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Personal foul.
Dale Goodrich picks one up.
And I love when Peterson plays with that energy. When he's looking to score, it really puts pressure on the defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first. Carl Anthony Towns checked in for Charlotte. Walton's checked in for Chicago. Harper comes in for Lever.
Good on both. And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Pass to Hagan. Walton against Towns. Now here's Walton. Not a lot of room. And the rejection by Towns. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Hornets. 7-point differential. And that one's good. Towns has got 9 points.
Yeah, with his size and build, Towns can be very forceful inside, and no one was able to stop him.
Here's Hagan. He's got 8. Haywood kicks to Hart. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Towns.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Doncic passes to Peterson. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harper against Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Personal foul.
What determination from Doncic, pushing his shot through despite some stiff defense to draw the foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one misses.
The all-around game of Doncic is impressive. A walking triple-double threat every night.
And the second free throw, good. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Hagan, covered by Hunter. Haywood with a screen on Hunter. Here's Hagan. Up and in on the layup. Hagan's got 10.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Hornets. His production has been flowing as he's tallied 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We'll return shortly. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Anthony Davis is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Peterson in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And with their high shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's Dort after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Irving missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Doncic. Rebound by the Bulls. Walton's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. That's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. Walton with the steal. Pass to Harper. Launches a 3. Hornets with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Shoots the 3. Drops in the tray. Rice has got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is Irving. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Davis. And that's collected by Bill Walton. Walton's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Now, here's George. Right side, Irving. Pocket 6. For Davis. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And how about the touch on that mid-range? Davis has that shot on automatic.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away.
All right, listen to the court. Come on and get loud for your breaker nursery.
So for the Bulls, Jokic, he's checked in for Walton. Evan Mobley comes in for Haywood, and Levers subbed in for Derek Harper. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. Let's see if that fire gets lit, guys.
Thank you, David. Shot's good by Rice. Rice has got 5 points now in the quarter. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Charlotte.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game. And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Sampson. Mobley with the rebound. Bulls trail by 14. Lever outside. Fires the three. Hornets with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Puts it up from 17. And that one is stuffed right through.
Almost impossible to keep Sampson off the boards, and even harder to prevent the putback. It's just not his size. It's his nose for the basketball along with tremendous quickness.
Again, Mobley missing. And here's Charlotte. They're on an 11-3 run. Here's Rice. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Here's Lever. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from Ball. Rice dishes to Sampson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Now, here's George. To the inside. Here's Jokic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Last season, Stan, Jokic passed LeBron's all-time triple-double mark. And he did it stunningly in 813 fewer games.
Yeah, now it's really possible, Kevin, that he's going to end up at the top of that triple-double list by the time his career's over. He's got the Big O and Westbrook in his sights. You know, don't sell this guy short. He can do it almost any night.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
Well, the metronome-like consistency of Jokic, one reason he's a multiple-time league MVP.
And Jokic drops them both.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Outside, Davis. Down low, here's Sampson. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Sampson's got 6 in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Well, you have to throw so much weight at Jokic on defense that eventually he'll just step into it and draw a foul.
Shooting for the Bulls, Nikola Jokic. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And Jokic drops them both. Hornets leading by 16. And here is Mitchell. Davis with a screen on George. Here's Mitchell, and it's in there.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And stolen by Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here is Davis. The Bulls getting their last shot to go. Shot's good by Rice. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
Get loud and make some noise for your Charlotte dancers.
Luka Doncic. He's checked in for Lonzo Ball. Bulls trail by 19. Lever kicks to Mobley. Jokic high post. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Sampson. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. And the Hornets making a change here. Towns is checked in.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. Two shots.
He misses the free throw. So he comes up empty at the line. Hornets leading by 19. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Davis. Davis has got his third assist on the night. Mobley outside. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Doncic against Lever. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops.
And again, Chicago, no good. Charlotte has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Charlotte.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Luka Doncic.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's...
That is a great finish!
Oh, my.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
5 to shoot. Here's Jokic. They could use a bucket. He takes it up and lays it in.
And if Jokic has the position inside, forget it.
Doncic outside. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. I think it was a great game today. We step up together, play good defense, and it was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Luka Doncic.